Hello, can you hear me? Katrina?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you quite well.
Okay.
Can you see me as well?
Yes, sir. Well, I lost my screen, so I know you're here. How about that?
Oh,
I
that's
just gotta find. Okay, here we go.
unfortunately, Tina is sick. Her son
Oh
is sick,
no.
so she won't be joining us. I will call Leslie to see if she's attending. I'm gonna call her now, okay?
Okay. I know my colleague, Tiffany, we were just having lunch earlier today, and she's like, "Oh, the meeting starts at 7." But I got my alert on
Uh-huh.
the phone saying, "No, no, your meeting starts in 10 minutes." So I'm like, "Okay, let's log in." So
Mm-hmm.
I know she has a afternoon commitment until 6. So if anything, she'll be coming within, I would say within the half hour, right?
Yep, that's fine. Hold on, let me check with Leslie, see what's going on. I thought it was 7-2 to be honest with you, but maybe I did a typo. Hey there. How are you? Good, good. You on the Zoom? Yes, we are. Okay, I'm popping on now. Okay, I'll see you when you get here.
Perfect.
Well, she'll be here. She's aware.
This is good.
That's Leslie, okay? And don't mind me, I'm in my comfy attire.
And as you should, young man, as you should.
Yeah, go to work at like,
Doggone right. It's been a long week.
yeah, 3 a.m. every day. And then my day don't
Well,
end until around 9.
hats off to you for 3 o'clock in the morning, for sure.
Yeah,
Hats off to you.
thank you.
Mm.
So how was your week?
It was long. I'm gonna be very honest with you. It was long. In a new season, obviously, with the start of the new year and
Mm-hmm.
my line of business, Trump's announcement didn't necessarily play too well in the construction sector. So been
I,
trying to,
you know,
reassure
I have
people and
I have reservations about that. You know that, right? Strong reservations in regards to that. You know that, right?
I'm listening.
Are you easily offended?
I'm Southern, not in the slightest way.
Okay, good, good. So you being Southern and all, right? Because my
Hmm.
family is from Texas, by the way. I think you know that, right?
Yeah.
Um, do you really understand the difference between FBAs and the New Blacks?
I'm sorry, say that first part again. I heard the blacks, but the first part I didn't.
FBAs. Do you know the
FD.
difference between FBAs and the New Blacks?
No, tell me.
Okay, the New Blacks are immigrants.
Okay.
You know that, right?
No. You
Huh?
saying FDAs are immigrants?
No. The new blacks are immigrants. FBAs are foundational. We've been here for over 300 years.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking. Okay, so you saying FDAs? I'm thinking ADOs. I make reference to ADOs,
Same
African
thing.
descendants of
Yes.
slaves. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Okay, okay, you're with me.
I
So,
got you.
do you know the difference?
Oh, by all means, have
Okay.
mercy.
Okay,
Um,
good. Mm-hmm.
you better know it. I mean, there's a lot of folk walking around here taking credit, when times are good, to be black or even taking credit for being ADOS, right? But
Yep.
they came here from London, or
Yeah.
they came here from, the islands.
Jamaica. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
you wasn't down there picking cotton.
in Haiti
Yeah, yeah,
and Senegal and
yeah. Come on now,
Congo and
talk about it. Yes,
and
Lord.
for me they all
Canada,
yeah
Canada, for Christ's sakes,
ex-
don't go there. Okay, I'm sorry.
no, I'm with you. I
Mhm.
think there's a synergy there, and unfortunately what has happened is our people kind of like realized that the Democrats have been using those new blacks to cosplay us. You know that, right?
Of course.
And with that being said, if you look at those representatives, you know the NAACP are dominated by Islanders, huh?
Oh gosh.
The
Well, I put it this way.
Yep.
I have been put out a number of NAACP Boston meetings
Wow.
because they fail to resemble meetings I have attended as a lifetime NAACP member in the South, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I grew up participating in the NAACP youth.
Mm-hmm.
Was actually, the secretary all through high school.
Okay.
Attended all the summer sessions, right? Or no, let me not lie. As many as my family could afford to send me to, right?
Yep.
But it was an experience. It was drilled in our head. It was something that we were required to do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, everything as far as the civic engagement piece, community engagement, it was a lot, but it was well received and restored Black culture, pride, et cetera, things that's not relevant here.
That's
Um,
it, that's my
so
point. See, the reason why is the South is still the South. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not as South as it used to be, you
right.
know?
Mm-hmm.
However, when we speak of, oh, she's on the wrong one. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. She's in the wrong room. Remember, Tina created one as well. So what has happened is because I'm a New Yorker. I was raised in New York. My family's from Texas. My grandfather was born 1903, but in New York we embraced Latinos, more specifically Puerto Ricans and Dominican and Jamaicans and Trinidadians and Haitians as our brothers and sisters respectively. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we we kind of ignored what they were doing in our faces. If you notice, they
Mm-hmm.
created their own communities, you know,
That's right.
and they used the term black to get into college, to
Mhm.
get all those benefits, and
Mhm.
for a lack of a better term, they became the house Negroes. You understand?
Mhm. Mhm.
And they became the buffer class. That's your Roland Martins and your Joy Reids of the world. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
And right
Mhm.
now, if you look, even in Congress, I don't know what's up with Miss Crockett. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And, you know, it's like, see, what I notice is you have both sides playing each other. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Both, near one of them really represents us. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Leslie. I'm not sure on her political views. Her political views kind of align themselves more with the Democrats. So I'm gonna cease this conversation. We'll continue this conversation later. Okay.
Okay. Yep. 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 Yep.
She should be joining us any second. Yeah,
I
she's
see it. Yeah.
in here now. How are you, Leslie? Yeah, we can see you, but we can't hear you. Your mic is muted. There we go. How are you?
Hey there.
How was your trip?
Oh, it was good. I got a lot of paperwork done.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I know you still have a lot more to finish, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Katrina is here. Her other her other coworker or compadre, forgive the term, she'll be here in a little bit. But if you want to get started, I figure, and
Okay.
I explained to her that Tina is under the weather currently, so she won't be joining us this evening. So I'll do my best to, be the facilitator if we're taking notes and things of that nature, so we can proceed as to the agenda. Um, do you have her agenda? Should I try to call her and see if she can send me her agenda so we can stay on task? Should I do that, or do you have that already?
I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just make sure I'm not telling you a lie.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. I'm being bombarded with my grandbabies, but hold on. Ma, you
Nope.
got the door? Huh? You have the door? Okay, I'm in a meeting. But you know they don't care. They're gonna come rush the door. They're welcome. So, well, let me call Tina and see if because I know she had a bullet point, if you will. But as we're going, what we was actually speaking of is having a flyer done, and did we decide on who was going to be heading up the flyer?
I know one of the young ladies who attended the meeting last made mention that she would help out
Okay.
with the flyer design. So I don't know who that young lady was, who she came with, but she was sitting to the right of
Oh,
Leslie.
it's probably Amber. Amber said she would help Tina. That's right.
That was Tina, or that was your
Amber, my goddaughter.
uh did,
So Tina said she was happy to help, and Amber said she was happy to help Tina.
okay. So we'll put that to them. The other things that I think we can talk, because I just tried to call her, she didn't answer. Like I said, she's under the weather as well as her son. So hopefully I can just wait. Did she just text me? No, she didn't. Okay. So I'll just go by based on what we know already. Okay. Um, did if we're not, I want to be sure where the date is the 29th. Is that the date we're speaking of, or no?
I was hoping that we can push it out. And I'll make mention as to why.
Okay.
I wanted to truly give it a hard 30-day push to market it, but
Yep.
I wanted to first make sure that we were confident in what we wanted to see would actually exist on that day, right? I didn't want to walk into something blindly and we didn't fully flesh out all the details as
Hmm.
to what we're expecting. Um, so then we can be able to address any questions that may come from the anticipated audience that we have, right?
Yep. Now I'm okay. I just logistically, does that work for you, Leslie, to push it out a little bit, or no?
So maybe have a date in April.
That could work.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds fine.
Now, the only problem, April, Easter, if you will, is I think the 20th this year.
Okay. But are you
So we
pushing
have to
it that
play
far?
around those dates. I'm
You trying to
sorry.
push it? You trying to push it that far out? Because that's like you saying the end. You trying to push it to the end of April?
No, I'm just trying to give everybody an idea of what we're working with because some people observe Easter celebrations leading up to April 20th, right?
Okay.
You gotta think about Passover,
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Palm
calendar.
Sunday, blah blah blah.
Okay, it looks like the 20. You said the 20th is Thursday on
And
in
well, I know
March.
it's hold on, let's look. No, April 20th is a Sunday, sir.
You sure? I'm looking at March. Oh wait, you said April, correct?
April, yes.
Okay, I was looking at March. Okay, yep, Sunday the 20th. Okay, we're on the same page. Okay, are we looking to go that far? Are you trying to? I'm thinking. I think we should do it sooner because if we're talking about planning something for Juneteenth, I like to have as many weeks possible to promote that. What do you think about that, Leslie?
Well, I guess if we went to the middle of April, maybe the week before the 20th, that would still give us May, June, that would give us 2 months for Juneteenth. And we thought Juneteenth would be a good time to invite people back.
Yes,
How do you guys feel about
that's what I was looking at. I was looking at if we pushed it past the Easter, then we would be infringing on really being able to promote getting sponsorships for Juneteenth. You know what I mean, Katrina?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
we're all in agreement.
yeah,
It
so
should
maybe
be
we should look at that weekend before Easter.
the
What
13th.
would that be, like the 16th, the 13th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait, the 13th, it'll be the 12th and the 13th would be that weekend before Easter.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so in it seems like Saturday would be the best day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Saturday would be the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna lock that in.
Now let's see what Saturday is that in the month? Is it the second Saturday?
Yep.
That's the
Second.
second. Yes, the second Saturday in April.
We do have a routine. The second Saturday is typically, and so maybe we can try to pull something together, make it sort of happen together. Okay.
Okay, like what you had something else because you broke up. You were broken up for a minute. Can you repeat what you had going on? What was it?
Oh, like similar to how this Saturday we're having a whole discussion about Trump and stuff with our community. We do this every second Saturday, and now I'm thinking maybe we'll do something that gives people a chance to interact with other folks. So we'll just maybe sort of make it all work together. I was just trying to think about what else happens that second Saturday, but I think we can weave it together. I think folks will be happy to welcome people into the community. That's could be a good function for the community association. So we'll keep it. I like that.
What time does your event normally start on Saturdays?
It's typically 12 to 2.
Oh, that's ideal. Oh, we need to work on that. Yeah, we definitely need to move on that. Because
Yeah,
you
that
already
works
have an
'cause
audience.
it spills right into what we're doing when it comes to the open house.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, that's good.
Mm. I think we've been joined. Hello.
Yeah, this is my one of my colleagues, Markina.
Okay.
She worked with us at the very beginning in
Oh,
trying to establish a relationship with Black Bloc. But she was more in the background helping me establish a relationship with BLM so I could come in and eventually establish my relationship with Miss Leslie and the team. So this is Markina Williams. She's with Veteran Home Solutions. But a great colleague, real estate background, and a great networker. So I brought her in because she would be able to identify pools of individuals that we can invite outside of who we already have in mind.
okay.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds great. 1 minute. I think the grandbabies, they're kind of getting restless.
Okay, no problem.
Damn, Nala. Come on up.
I beat the whole Astrobot game.
Love it.
Do you got some ices? I beat the whole
Yeah, when
Astrobot.
Uncle James gets here, you'll get your ices, okay? Say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
You could go. Okay, you go back downstairs. I'll talk to you in a minute. Come here, Cam. I want my hug, boy. Get here.
I'm gonna come on. I missed you, G-Pod.
I missed you too.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Okay. Tell Ace I'll be downstairs in a few after my meeting. Okay.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Those are my babies. I spoil them rotten.
Beautiful, beautiful. Blessings, 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 young man.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Blessings.
you. Sorry
Yes,
for the
indeed.
interruption, but I had to do it. I had to do
Of
it.
course, of
Uh,
course.
So, so yes, it was Miss Marchina. If it's possible, can you unmute your mic because your mic is still muted, so we can't hear you.
Wasn't talking. I know it was muted. I muted it when you was talking when I came in. But how you doing? And it's Marquina.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's why I
No, it's
didn't
fine. It's fine.
understand.
It's fine. It's fine. No problem. How you
Uh-huh.
doing?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm doing great.
That's good. That's good. So just to update you as to what we spoke about, first of all, you know Miss Leslie Moore, as you know already, and I definitely know you know Katrina. Um, what we already spoke about was we kind of locked everything in schedule wise for the 12th of April as the
Okay.
time for the open house. We also we also decided on allowing Tina and what's your goddaughter's name, Leslie?
Amber.
And
Amber.
Amber to finalize and to develop the flyer for promotions and marketing purposes. Okay. Um,
Okay.
do you guys have any ideas as to um, how do you want to promote it? When I say how, it's like the way I look at things, we can theme it out with colors, certain symbols, things of that nature. If we're gonna do that, if we want to have a certain kind of message in the flyers, it would be good for us to share that information via email or something. Okay.
And could that theme play out into the actual space? So then there is a theme with purpose instead of, does that make sense?
Yes, you're
But
saying basically have either we using the space as a backdrop, if you will, or designing it, or what do you call it? I can't. The word is leaving me. Decorating it
yeah,
to have a certain color theme and scheme,
yeah,
if you will. Correct.
of course. Yeah.
Okay,
It's creating
so
the ambiance, right?
you're absolutely right. I mean, this is leading up to Juneteenth. I'm just throwing it out there. You know,
Yeah,
the Juneteenth colors, flags, and things of that nature might be really good. I don't know
sure.
what Leslie think. I would like to get everybody's opinion on that so we could figure that out.
Well, why don't we plan for there to be a draft ready at this next meeting so that we kind of are all looking at the same thing. Maybe they'll have like two to show us and we can decide what the theme, because that flyer should kick us off with a theme that we roll with. But yeah, I think that sounds good to try to make something that we continue, just sort of pushing. Let me turn my video off. Maybe that'll make me skip less. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds better. And yeah, let's do this if you don't mind. Let's push for today is Friday. Let's say a week from today we can get a draft, or is that too aggressive? What do you think, Leslie? What do you think?
No, I think that's realistic. Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Okay, so let me write that down. So the Flyers first draft we want to have by this Friday. And this Friday, I'm assuming that's Valentine's Day?
Yep.
Okay. So Valentine's Day, the 14th, first draft for the Flyer. Okay. Our next meeting, I'm assuming, will be. Are we doing it bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, or are we gonna do a meeting? Do you want to do a Zoom call a week from today as well?
We should do a Zoom call a week from today.
Okay, so I'll schedule a Zoom call for the 14th as well. Hopefully 6 o'clock works for everyone.
I'm, I don't get off work until.
You said, did you say 1 or 2 weeks?
1 week, because we're talking about the flyer, and she's made a valid point. The valid point is, yes, we would probably need to discuss the flyer. It could be a short meeting, something like a 20-minute meeting or something, just to say, because hopefully we can get it in on Friday, right? And that's once we get it in on Friday. Wait, yep. The deadline is Friday, so we want to have the meeting the same day as we get the flyer. Katrina.
Oh, I think we should have a meeting because we need to discuss what's actually due on Friday. We need to be able to go ahead and have that discussion on, hey, this is what we turned over, because Leslie just said she wouldn't mind seeing that agenda, a week from now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we need to be able to sit down and discuss that. Timing is of the essence.
You're
Why?
absolutely right. What I'm saying is if we're giving them a Friday deadline for the flyer,
Yeah,
have the meeting that same day, I
yeah,
don't think that gives us time to actually look at the flyer, digest the flyer, and possibly make edits and corrections. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That's
yeah.
something that we'll try to be doing all at the same time. I'm saying maybe let's do the deadline for the flyer, let's say Thursday. That gives everybody 24 hours to be able to look at the flyer,
Sure.
to offer suggestions on Friday.
Okay.
What do you think, Leslie?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay, so Thursday is the deadline for the flyer, first draft.
Yeah.
That's the 13th.
And I just want to make sure that we are being realistic in assuming that no one has plans for the 14th to be on the Zoom call. I'm free. I just want to make sure that everyone else's availability is there.
I was trying not to say nothing.
I'm sorry.
But
Just want to be realistic, you know.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me check on this conference. Dear, when is that conference?
6 p.m.
It goes until 6?
No, it starts at 6.
Oh, shoot. Okay. It does look like I will be in something that starts at 6. Could you guys do 5:30 or is that hard on a Friday?
I just think that'll be hard, and I wouldn't mind moving it to Saturday, Monday. Monday is President's Day, so that could be a slow day for some. And we
Now, let's
again,
do
if it's
Saturday. I like Saturday.
okay,
Saturday works for me. Anytime after 2:30. I work 6 days a week, but I'll be out early on Saturdays. So that'll be, and that gives us another day, if you will, to actually digest and make suggestions and edits with the flyers. And anybody who's celebrating their Valentines can have their recovery time. Let me stop. I'm just making jokes.
that's awful. That's just sad.
I
Sad,
can't help it. I can't
sad,
help
sad,
it.
sad.
I can't help it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, people do drink. I don't drink any longer. I didn't gave it up. I'll have a beer every now and again, but that's about it. But
6:30 on Saturday?
okay, Saturday the 15th, 6:30 works for me.
Mr. James, will you be sending out the calendar?
Yes,
Thank you.
I will get with Tina tonight, just because I know she had a couple of other bullet points that she wanted to share, and I'll merge whatever we doing here today and share that with her, and then we'll put it all together, and no later than Sunday evening you will have a complete tied in, so there's no loose ends, if you will,
Sure,
agenda. Okay.
sure.
Okay, so as it stands right now, the flyer, the rough draft, first draft, will be done Thursday, the 13th. Okay, of February,
Yeah, yeah.
and then our next block meeting will be February 15th,
Saturday,
Saturday. Yes,
6:30.
yes. Okay. To be discussed for the first draft, we all are in so far accord. We want to use like Juneteenth colors and stuff like that, correct?
Sure. Theme agreed upon.
Yeah. Okay, let me see what I can do here.
All right. Well, that sounds good. I think the flyer will be a good thing to spark our next conversation, which is going to be what is it suggesting that we're going to be doing. So maybe we'll jump in with that next week.
Yep. And this is one of the flyers I did. I'm gonna just share it so people have an idea of like one of the backdrops that I've done in the past. Can everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, something like that with a heavy theme with the black block. We can always change the wording and everything, you know? But
Mhm.
I'll share this with everyone with the agenda so we have it, okay?
Okay.
So I'm highly confused because I assumed that we were going to take tonight to discuss what we are expecting. I mean, I just don't understand how a flyer can be generated to promote an event that we're still unsure of how it will roll out. I mean, it's a tour and then what? I mean,
I thought it was
on my end, um, we can promote it to our audience who's expecting a tour and a time to, sit down for a Q&A with Miss Leslie, leading it to kind of discuss her vision for Black Bloc and
Yeah.
the future vision, right?
Yeah.
But what else are we promoting on said flyer to draw an audience, right? Because again, the promotion with my people would generate a head count of X. So what will the flyer promote that will generate an audience with a head count of X from the Pawtucket and surrounding areas?
Leslie, would you like to answer that or would you like me to?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you want to share ideas for what you want to do. I think you should do that if you want to think about what's going to draw people from a different area to here.
Well, what she's saying is this, and I'll interject. Basically, the way I look at it, the Black Bloc is about really opportunities for entrepreneurs in the area, in Boston as well as here in Rhode Island. You know, more catered to the Black community. You know, it's like an open house, show the spacing, the opportunities that are available for collaboration as well as office space on the Black Bloc for businesses to be developed as well as to give people literally storefronts or what we call a brick and mortar. How does that sound, Katrina?
That sounds great. But on an 11 by 17 flyer, is that message going to be promoted on such?
So there's more than I'm not sure if you know it, but the flyer is just literally just a small it's literally like an agenda of what we're doing. It's almost like you see what's going to happen those days, but I am a multimedia guy.
Yeah.
So I do videos, I can produce commercials, okay? I have a full production studio, so I have audio and video capabilities. I have YouTube channels. I have promotions and marketing capabilities. There's a lot of things that I bring to the table. What we're doing is just like you said, bringing it all together. So we're rounding it out. Once I have that, then I will take it to the umpteenth power, for a lack of a better word. Okay, so you will have a media blitz. You will have a 30-second commercial. You will have a 60-second commercial. We do have website presence. Like I said, whenever I do anything, I already have a lot of things that I'm capable of. What I'm doing right now is kind of like making sure I don't exclude or try to overstep. I like to make sure everybody is, we're a team here. You get where I'm coming from? One of the things that I believe is missing in the black community is us working together in unison. You know what I mean? And what usually happens is one person overshadows the other, and that's not my plan. That's not the way I do things. I'm an incorporating type person. So your ideas are very important. Leslie's community is very important to her, and I'm positive that your community is very important to you guys. So we want to make sure everybody in this committee here is heard, as well as get their opportunities to put in whatever input they may. And then I'll make sure I bring it all together and tie it up with a nice little bow on it. Okay?
I mean, if that made you feel good to say that, I got you covered. Okay, you know,
This is not about
sure.
ego. You asked the
Um,
question. like
it just took me, it took me from Boston literally to Pawtucket and back to Boston, you know, and for me that's like a, you know, 57-minute commute. But where I'm trying to get to is this young lady has been tasked with doing the flyer, right? There was
yes.
no mention of Mr. James being tasked with that, right? So
Mhm.
if you, what you're doing is creating social media presence to also announce this event, then she will also need that detail to add to the flyer, right? And then
She
we need
knows
to
it.
agree upon what this event again will look like, right? Because for me, I'm enticing people from the greater Boston area, right? And I
Yes.
have included Miss Marquina on the call simply because her reach is larger than mine when it comes to, I would say, leading out of Boston, going more like South Shore, Brockton, that area, who may or may not be necessarily privy to the initial conversations that I have had with my group as to expectations when coming to Pawtucket, right? And I just want to make sure that the flyer is eye-catching and says enough, right, to bring in that audience that will make them want to go to the website, make them want to go to the Eventbrite to tap in to see what exactly we're pulling off on that day. That's all. No more, no less. That's it.
That's the point. My point is I'm saying I'm not saying anything. I would like your input so we can make sure your input so you can promote to your demographic, your market, okay? Tiffany's market, all everybody's market. I'm like basically saying then I will make sure that we pull it all together.
Okay.
That's why I used the symbol of a nice little bow. I'm saying I'm not going to say anything until we have that input. And
Okay.
that's what we're doing,
So
okay?
you're gonna put the final stamp of approval on there once you finalize it with Miss Leslie. And that's what I like to hear. Someone that has, you know, more proficiency in pulling this off and making sure, and I would say the necessary experience can work alongside Miss Leslie and making sure the message that she wants to share is there. And more importantly, as you mentioned, our audience is being targeted. So this is perfect. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I would say leading up until the due date on Friday, we'll share our ideas and try to have that to you guys sooner than later. So then that way we have enough to look at when it comes to the draft by Saturday. Okay?
hmm So, just to recap, what we
Yes,
want to
sir.
do is try to get is like that's why I'm going to get you the agenda out before this weekend is out.
That
Okay,
works. Yes, sir.
so you can turn around and incorporate anything and everybody, you, Tiffany, and I don't want to mispronounce her name, Markina. Is that how
That's
you
it.
pronounce it?
Good
Okay,
job,
okay,
Marquina.
thank you. Okay, Markina's input back to them in a reasonable time so they have more time to actually put together the flyer that incorporates your ideas and your values and to your market. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
then they can kick that back and have that ready for the deadline of the 13th.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool
So that
beans.
we have our 2 days to digest what they've come up with your input. Okay?
Cool beans.
Okay.
Okay.
So that, Leslie, how's that
Okay.
sound? Leslie, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry, there's a big ice protest going on outside.
No. Oh my gosh. Oh
But
Let me see it. Let me see
it
it.
sounds like you're saying that
Oh,
not today, but over the next couple days, if folks want to give ideas, they're going to send them
yep.
so that they can be incorporated into the flyer.
Yep.
That's right.
All
Yeah,
right.
sounds good.
Perfect.
Anything else?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, so we're all good. Just to recap, I will definitely have an agenda to you guys no later than Monday. Okay. Hopefully, if it's all possible, we can try to get that information to them, like let's say Tuesday. Matter of fact, you can start sending your ideas anytime. You don't have to wait till you get.
What is the agenda of? What's the agenda of?
It's just basically like, so we planning on having scheduled meetings every 2 weeks is what we're discussed. I know Tina had some other things, some points, some bullet points that she had. Okay, we just added bullet points in regards to the first draft of the flyer. So we're populating an actual plan. I call it a backlog. What we're going to get done in a certain period of time. So everybody's on the same page. Everybody has the same deadlines. Everybody is in agreement to what we're doing. So everybody has an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no confusion. That's what the agenda does, leading up to everything. So we don't fall short. You know what I mean? A lot of times when there's miscommunication, certain things fall down, and then it becomes a bottleneck. That's a term that we use. And when you have a bottleneck, you know how sand comes through an hour.
Okay, I mean, okay, you're summarizing some things. If you feel like you know what you're committing to, then I feel good about that. My big takeaway is if people wanted to have more input on what we would be doing, they'll send it out, and then there will be a flyer made by Thursday that we can take a look at and see if that really matches what we imagined for the event. But I think that sounds good. Thank you, James, for being willing to just pull it together on paper so that we remember what we said.
Thank you. And that's exactly what it's all about. It's holding ourselves accountable. You know what I mean?
Can I just ask a couple questions just so I could know, like, when I am sending ideas, if my ideas are in sync with what I guess is gonna be happening? Is there a possible way, like, do we know which buildings that the people would be able to see?
Right.
Do we know oh my goodness, I made a list. I'm sorry, I'm just driving. I'm sorry. I do have a little list, but it's in my purse right now. I apologize. But I mean, just a couple of little details of, like, okay, we're gonna start at this building, and then we will take a tour to building A or building 2 after, and whichever buildings that are up for, I guess, people to be able to look at to see if they want to occupy. Um, and I think that's just the first thing that I had. But if that will be okay, and then I'll send everything else as it comes. But I don't know if that's possible right now without, I guess, us not having the full details of what we're gonna be doing. But if it is possible that we will be able to know, okay, well, we could put for whatever flyer we're gonna generate, it's a possible showing of 3 buildings or, 10 spaces. Um, just that little niche.
Yeah, no, I guess for now, I'm just saying we want to have people here. We want to do a tour. We want to have some fun with people. And it's hard to know 2 months before where the buildings will be with construction. So I do feel like it's going to be hard to nail down right now. There's just so much construction going on, like right now. But I do feel like, yeah, we want to take people around. We want to show them things. We want them to have a good time. We thought that there would be some like finger foods. And we thought that we would ask folks who were coming from places to bring things as well. That is what we thought about. And then when I thought about people giving ideas in the next couple days, that might be things if people want to organize something or bring something to engage with or whatever. If you're sort of coming up with some of those ideas, that would be good to hear as well. Sort of round out the offerings of the day.
Okay. I was just making sure my mic was on. Okay, so just promoting fun, not 100% sure. So just not being sure where the constructions are. Like, is there like one or two places maybe for sure that won't be under construction that would be like, yeah, there'd be, a showing of one place and then, potential other places to come later, because then that might be a way to do another one, if all of them aren't there to show. But,
If I may, Tiffany,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Leslie's going to show her. That's with an open house. She's going to show them all the spaces that are available. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't think we're looking at one space. She has plenty of spaces that are available. We just don't know exactly specifically in this time today
Right.
which spaces are absolutely going to be available. But there's no way in the world that Leslie would say we're having an open house and there only be like one or two spaces for people to see.
No. I mean, I don't know what's for sure or anything. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
So just, kind of having an idea of, if there was going to be four places, like we're because if we're doing a flyer and we're like, yeah, this is going to be a showing of a space or spaces. So I don't necessarily want to overwhelm people if they're like, well, how many spaces is it? Or because if I can just be like, yeah, with a potential showing of two spaces, and I'm not saying that we have to have that right now. I'm not saying that, but what I'm just saying was, is there an idea of what people would be able to look forward to? Because I know there's like three different buildings. So if we're doing a fly, I don't know if I'm gonna tell them, hey, you guys are be looking at Still on Main, or you guys would be looking at another place, or whatever the case may be. Because you said that there's social media and things that people can go look at and to see these different places. So if it's so many spaces, then how do we know which spaces that they may want to?
Let me interject. Normally, when you do an open house anyway, even if it's under construction, it's new things, they always just do a staging of one or two places anyway, and they have an idea what what they can have in the future. So sometimes you're not able to see everything if it's in construction. They'll have a space design of one or two planes and then a pamphlet or a flyer of that nature to show you what's next. And then there'll be another open house. Normally is like, for example, if I'm going to show a property and it's a big commercial space and they all new apartments or anything of that nature, they're not showing you every space in there. They have one staged place and pamphlets to show you anyway.
Mhm.
That's how open houses go, Tiffany. So that's not something you need to worry your little head about because all that information will be in the flyer. Okay?
Understood.
All right.
Any other questions?
Nope. We're gonna just sit back and allow the suggestions to be collected. So then we'll have a fruitful conversation on next Saturday. And then that's where the work, that's where we have to go ahead and really put some pressure on folk so we can move this forward so it can be a successful event. So we'll see what happens. My hesitation in the beginning, particularly with pushing the date out, is there's a food competition similar to what we had suggested at our last meeting happening at Roxbury Community College the first weekend in April. So a lot of people that we wanted to participate as far as offering their dish, if you will, to say they have Boston's best, will be participating in that particular competition. So I didn't want to bombard my people with the obligation of also cooking for this particular event. So again, we're building up our team and just trying to make sure that we're accommodating for everybody. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Leslie, you have
Appreciate you.
anything else to add before we conclude this meeting?
Nope. Nope.
That sounds good to me. I do think probably looking at the flyer will remind us if it feels like we lost something or left something. And so I think that's going to be good.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies, have a great rest of your evening, and I look forward to speaking with you guys in the near future. And please, if you can, just any ideas you have, you can always drop us an email and we go from there, okay?
All right.
Okay, have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Have
Tiffany,
a good
Marquina,
weekend.
let's reconnect as soon as we get off this call.
All right.
Thanks.
Have a great afternoon, evening, and weekend, everyone. Leslie and James.
You too.